To you Pisces, hopefully y'all are having a good day. So you have the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles, and then you also have the Emperor. So this person is not going down without a fight. They don't want to let you Pisces go. Let's get into it. The Hanged Man represents the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor card. The Hanged Man represents you. It's Pisces. You're not doing anything. You're not trying to ruffle this person's feathers, but they actually seem to want to try to ruffle yours. The King of Pentacles represents because they're trying to get your attention around this time. And you showed them who's boss. The Emperor, they thought they were boss, but come to find out, you are actually a leader. You actually knew what it is that you were doing and why you were doing it. You don't want to have anything to do with them because, once again, look at everything that they're doing. They don't even respect your decisions. How are the two of you supposed to be in a relationship? And then, now you have the Ace of Wands and the Moon card. The Ace of Wands right here is about how, and since that's the case, the Moon also represents Pisces too. So you all in here, right? Both your major arcana showed up in full effect. You knew what type of time it was, because what was going on with you is you basically had to show them what type of time you Pisces were on, and that you have something up your sleeve too. You're not just stupid and naive as other people try to make it seem like you are. You Pisces actually know what it is that you're doing. They just don't know that you know what you're doing. And so, you know, this person, like I said before, they're trying to get your attention. They're doing things to try to like provoke you. And you Pisces are essentially not going for that. You're not reacting. You're going to essentially move forward. And then you have the Ace of Swords right here for you, Pisces, which represents how, once again, you're not reacting. You're not going to show them anything. You know, if they want to be dysfunctional, then you're going to allow them to be as dysfunctional as whatever it is that they want, right? Just let them do that on their own. And then you have the you have the King of Swords. Once again, you're not trying to be disrespectful. You're not trying to be, you know, super out there and disrespectful or any of that type of stuff. It's just that you Pisces just see what type of time that they're on, and you Pisces ultimately are really not going for it. And really around this time, you're not even going at them. You're actually staying you're actually staying pretty quiet. And then you have the Two of Wands. You know, this person's whole perspective was, like I said, they wanted to provoke you. They wanted to bait you or goad you. Same thing, but bait you into, you know, an altercation with them where it's like you wild out, you say something stupid, right? Or unfortunately, you do something stupid, you know, get all up in their face, yell at them, ask them why it is that they're even doing that in the first place. And now they try to make it seem like you've lost your mind, even though they were trying to provoke you. And so now what's going on here is the Scorpio energy and the Tower energy. Both of these are Scorpio. So Scorpio is all up in here. They could be a Scorpio. They don't have to be. But this is also a situation for you, Pisces, where ultimately, you know, yet again, this is really about how you Pisces are in a space. This is really about how you Pisces are really in a space where what you've got going on is that this furthermore proves your point about why it is that it's so important trusting your gut. You Pisces know good and well that it was time for you to leave them alone, because what happened to you when you decided you didn't want to leave them alone, right? For some of you who decided that, you realize that you should have left this person alone a lot sooner. And so now you have the Tower card, and the Tower card, right, represents, again, the illusion of who you thought they were is essentially coming down. So how you perceive them is yeah, they may look good or whatever the case may be. Yeah, they may be physically fine and all of that, right? They may look good on the outside, but on the inside, they're not necessarily very on point or really built to be in a relationship in the first place. And that's the truth. Two of Wands, to go back again, this person, you may have even have like a discussion with this person or some sort of an argument, right? That they don't want to go away, and you Pisces are trying to tell them to go away because they can't do anything legally to make you not walk away. Let's clarify the Tower card. Star card, Hangman, Eight of Swords, Knight of Wands, and then you have the Nine of Swords to clarify the Tower card, right? So once again, they had hoped that you Pisces essentially would have came around to your senses, even though you always had your senses. It's just that to them, they're just delusional. They would have hoped that you would have come around to your senses. But the Eight of Swords just represents, to them, they see you as being in the dark, even though they're actually delusional. So the way that they perceive you is that you've lost it, right? To them, they can essentially give you the entire world. To you, which is really the truth, they've lost it because you're not asking them to give you the world. You're just asking them to leave you alone, and it's like they don't respect that. And so now you have the Knight of Wands and the Nine of Swords, which is you trying to essentially still get away from these people and, not communicating with them. But some of them may be coming by. Some of them may be, calling. Some of them may have like a burner number, right? They may have a burner phone, right? People do have 2 and 3, sometimes even more cell phones, right? Prepaid. And so the situation with that is a lot of you are in a space where for you, Pisces, what you've got is that you Pisces, ultimately, I'm seeing that you're just trying to go about your business, minding your business as best as possible so that you don't have to take it up a notch, basically, however that may be. And, this person is kind of making it kind of difficult for you not to do that because they don't want to leave you alone, right? It's like they can't take no for an answer. And that's not good. Yeah. Let's clarify the Scorpio energy, the other one. Right? Let's clarify Scorpio energy. So once again, the Chariot card, the Ten of Wands, the Justice, the Page of Swords, and then you Pisces also have the Four of Cups. Again, you're not even being a jerk to them, but in their eyes, you are being a jerk because it's not that you're actually being a jerk. What it is that how dare you Pisces decide to move on without them being in your life. Again, you're doing your own thing. You're living your own life. You're having fun. You're doing what it is that you got to do. And then you have the Knight of Swords and the Four of Cups. And so the Knight of Swords right here is about how you Pisces, once again, you want nothing to do with them. They're being delusional. Four of Cups. If you would just let them in, of course, this is their own perception. If you just let them in and be with them for a little while, then you Pisces can see how much it is that you actually need them in your life, blah, blah, blah. The stories that this person is telling themselves inside of their own head, on the one hand, they're trying to just get it right. On the other hand, they don't seem to understand that sometimes, and this is what the Hangman represents too, sometimes you know what I'm saying? time fixes the perception, right? That sometimes it's not a matter of trying to fix things and, oh, I can fix this and do this stuff, right? Like how the Flash from DC Comics kept going back in time trying to save his mother, and he doesn't want to accept the fact that this is a fixed point in time. You know what I'm saying? If his mother didn't, if that event didn't happen, I'm trying to watch my words. If that event didn't happen, he wouldn't have been Barry Allen the Flash. And that the universe needs Barry Allen the Flash, right? He's a pivotal superhero in DC Comics. And he kept trying to go back in time and fix it. But he finally understood that he had to figure out a new way, that this was a fixed point in time, you know, and so he left it alone. And although he really didn't enjoy it, he accepted the fact that this is something that needed to have happened. And so, yeah, you know, this person that doesn't want to accept the fact that, you know, maybe if they would just leave you alone for a little while, and maybe if they saw you around 6 months from now, a year from now, you know, obviously not stalking you, but really did happen to kind of see you passing by, and they say, hey, what's going on with you? You know, what's up? You know, how you Pisces are doing, da, da, da. Maybe, just maybe, depending on if you Pisces may have changed your mind, maybe you would give them another chance. But to them, they're looking at it from a perspective of, I can fix this. I can, you know what I mean? You know, all it is that you need to do is just see. And they don't really seem to understand that. Again, you have all of the cards. Let's clarify the Emperor. The Knight of Wands, Fool card, Eight of Wands, Two of Cups, Four of Pentacles. Again, to clarify the Emperor. Hold on a second. To make sure that the door doesn't open, because I'm doing this video at night. Family asleep. Anyway, you have the Knight of Wands, the Fool, and the Eight of Wands. And so, to clarify the Emperor. And so, like, this is about how this is the situation for you where they tried to force your hand, but they found out that they couldn't do that. They can't force your hand, because there's nothing legally that they can do or say to you to make you hang out with them. And so the Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles is about how you Pisces, you know, they just want to be with you. But again, that has to be a choice that you Pisces make for yourselves. It's not something that you it's not something that they can control. They have to accept that, you know. But you Pisces, you still have all the cards. These people just won't accept the fact that there's nothing that they can make you do to get you to hang out with them. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We are at 26,800 and I think 70 subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. If you want to also come through and get a personal reading, come through. The link to that is in the comment section below, called the Linktree link, along with the books that I have there on Amazon, the Kareemspiritworks clothing, and also the birth chart readings as well, right? I'm also going to split certain things out in different companies for me that I actually do other things as well, right? So a lot of people didn't contact me for the cybersecurity thing, but it's really to help protect your computer, right, or your devices from this goofy nonsense, because there's a lot of goofy nonsense that's happening, and the need for cybersecurity is ramping up. So I'm probably going to make that a whole other service that I provide. But yeah, that's it. Peace.